So it's been a little bit. I'm sorry, I was in LA filming the You Reviewers Awards, which went awesome. It was so much fun meeting all of those really cool people, had a great time. I'm back now and I want to get into a new segment. I recently asked on my Facebook what you guys thought of me doing sort of like a weekly movie news segment, where I talked a little bit about what I'm going to review this weekend, and then maybe covered one or two of the industry's biggest news stories of the week or whatever, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. Let's get right into the movies that I'm going to be seeing this weekend. I'll give you guys some quick thoughts about them, and as I'm talking about them, I'm going to have an annotation so you can watch the trailer if you're into that sort of thing. Let's start with movie 43, and the reason I'm starting with this one is because it's the one that intrigues me the most, and I'm saying that because I honestly don't know anything about this movie. It's like more secretive than a J.J. Abrams production. We'll talk more about him later. But seriously, I really honestly don't know what this movie's about, and I kind of like that because I like the idea of going into a movie without knowing that much about it. It seems like a collection of short stories, and I know it's directed by many different people. I just want to see something different. Now apparently the movie is like super dirty and outrageous. Now if a movie does it right, that can be a lot of fun. You know, if it's not like in your face to the point where you're like, okay, this is just gratuitous, then it can be a lot of fun. This movie apparently though really takes it to the next level. The cast of this movie is absurd. It's probably the biggest assembled cast of stars I've ever seen. I mean, I just took a few names down here. Halle Berry, Richard Gere, Emma Stone, Kate Winslet, Hugh Jackman, Naomi Watts, Elizabeth Banks, Uma Thurman, Justin Long, Johnny Knoxville, Kristen Bell. What is up with this cast? I didn't even name all of them. Liev Schreiber's in this movie even. I don't even understand how all these people came together if this movie doesn't have something good about it. I'm also going to be seeing Parker this weekend. Now this is the new Jason Statham movie with Jennifer Lopez. It's directed by Taylor Hackford, the guy who made Ray. Interesting choice of film to be doing because I'm sorry, this just looks like standard Jason Statham fare, and I'm actually a fan of Jason Statham. I would like him to do something maybe a little less serious all the time. I was talking to a buddy of mine actually the other day, and he said Jason Statham needs to fight monsters. And I started thinking about that and I was like, yeah, man, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator, or do some science fiction thing. Don't always be like some bank heist or some thief or some mob or something. Like do something crazy and weird and just out there. Like that would be really good for Statham. I'm not sure about this movie. I'm interested in just seeing a standard action film that could actually deliver in some way. I don't know if I'm gonna get that though with Parker. It could be fun. I'm not sure though. Who knows? And lastly, the priority release of the weekend is Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. This movie also looking pretty crappy. This movie was pushed back a lot, had a lot of changes to it, rating changes over and over, reshoots, all different types of things. I'm not entirely sure if Jeremy Renner is going to be able to carry this movie, and something about this movie is just very off, and it's mainly the plot. I'm not really terribly excited about this plot of older Hansel and Gretel. I mean, like, how many more stories? It just seems very silly, and I'm just not looking forward to it. So the way I'm going to play this segment is, after I tell you guys my quick thoughts about movie reviews that I'm going to have for you this weekend, I'm going to talk to you about one or two big news stories that hit this week. And there's really only one worth talking about. J.J. Abrams is directing Star Wars Episode VII. This man has officially transcended Joss Whedon as fanboy god. He's directing the new Star Trek films and the new Star Wars films. I gotta say, I'm pleased with this because this is a man who's a fan of Star Wars. Okay, this is somebody who grew up with it. This is someone who probably saw the prequels and went, oh, that could have been better. This is somebody who has it close to his heart. This is somebody who can make it good again. I just love the idea that there are going to be new Star Wars films, and I'm so glad that J.J. Abrams is going to be behind them because he honestly, in my opinion, has not yet made a bad film. This man knows what he's doing behind the camera, and I am so glad that they picked him. And with the writer being Michael Arndt, an Oscar-winning writer, and Lawrence Kasdan, the writer of Empire Strikes Back, writing the sequels to this film, what is going on? It's like somebody just went, you know what? Yeah, let's make some good Star Wars movies. You know what else I'm kind of excited about? I'm wondering, will John Williams score this movie? Something tells me he might not, because the composer that J.J. Abrams frequently collaborates with is Michael Giacchino, who is one of my favorite composers working today, and in my opinion, on a very equal level to what John Williams was when he first started. I am excited to see if it might possibly be that Michael Giacchino could score the new Star Wars films. Yes, of course, it'd be great for John Williams to do it, and if they announced that, I'd be like, of course, fantastic, 100% yes. But I would not be disappointed if they announced that Michael Giacchino would be doing that score as well. I don't know if they'll maintain the same Star Wars theme, or if they'll make up a new theme. If I was a composer and I was to sit in front of a piece of paper and go, how do I write a new Star Wars theme? my mind would just explode. I don't know what would be going on. I'm still honestly fresh off the news that there will be a new Star Wars film in 2015. It's only 2 years away. It's like I'm still being affected by that piece of news. I don't even know what's going on. Now it's directed by J.J. Abrams. I was sitting by my computer like not knowing what to do, like I was gonna explode all over the place, poop flying everywhere. I am extremely pumped for the idea of a new Star Wars film. I'm extremely happy that J.J. Abrams is directing it. Some people are like, oh, well, he can't direct Star Trek and Star Wars, and I understand that complaint. In my opinion, there are two different types of fanboys, fanboy number 1 and fanboy number 2. I am number 1. That fanboy is the kind of guy who gets really excited about projects like this, like the Avengers or the Dark Knight Rises or Star Wars. He or she wants to see those projects handled well, and they want to turn out well, and they're really excited to see them, and they just want good people involved with those projects. And then there's fanboy number 2, and that person only wants it to be exactly the way he wants it. If they deviate from the comic books in any way, that person will then rape and boycott that filmmaker. If the wrong filmmaker chooses the project who may be involved with another project that he doesn't want him to be involved with, he will then find and kill that filmmaker. There are a lot of fanboy number 2s out there who are upset about J.J. Abrams directing Star Wars because of the fact that he also is directing the Star Trek films. I'm not one of those people. And not to say that you are less of a person if you're fanboy too, that's fine. This is just a stupid little illustration I made up in 2 seconds, and I hope you agree with me on it. But seriously guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna be back pretty soon with more movie news. I'll be back with reviews of Movie 43, Parker, and Hansel and Gretel this weekend. Look forward to those. And as always guys, if you like this video, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.